I was thinking about something as I normally do. And it wasn't the first time that I ever thought about this. It came up over the years, many different times. But it came up today once again, and I said, I gotta really nail this one. I really gotta put this one to bed, figuratively. I was thinking about the former things have passed away scripture. Y'all probably know what it is. I'm bad at that. But I was also thinking about the one that said certain things that won't come to mind. I don't know if that's within the same book or the same paragraph, whatever it is, but I remember that question coming up about certain people that's a part of my immediate family or even, distant family that I know, that I love, that I grew up with, not making it past Armageddon and saying, hey, where's so-and-so? And before, the answer to that used to be, well, you won't remember them, right? And that never sat well because I'm like, wow, okay, so they just disappear. So if I had 4 brothers and sisters, it's like we get into paradise, and it's like, why do I feel like somebody's missing? Or you just say, hey, Mom, in the old world, you had 4 kids, right? That was it. And then they gotta lie. It's like, yeah, why do you ask? I don't know. Just doing a count, seeing if everybody's here, right? It's just was 4 of us, right? Yeah, just 4 of you, right? But then again, your mom wouldn't even know that she had another child or whatever. That would totally disappear. So I guess there would only be memory of just the remaining children. But then what about like aunts and uncles that's in paradise? What about family, friends, and neighbors and people like that? So everybody have to have that particular person erased out of that memory. But what if that particular person was part of other people's memory with their kids or their situation? Then that has to get erased too. It's like, oh, we have a problem, Houston, because the person that's erased out of my mind has to be erased out of everybody's mind that ever knew this person. But then that has to be erased if he was or she was in that same memory with other people. Now the other people have to be erased out of that memory too. It just gets really weird and complicated. So that never made sense to me. It's like, okay. But then the second part, as years went by, was that, it just won't cause you distress. You'll remember them, but it won't cause you any pain or distress. It's like, oh, okay, so why are they not here again? Because a building fell on them? Okay, sounds cool, right? Happens every day. Bad luck, right? Wrong place, wrong time. God was mad at this person. So I never understood it, right? You'll just be I actually had that said to me, you'll be having so much fun that you won't even think about this person. It's like, okay, yeah, that person is just going for eternity. And we have great memories together because we have the same blood running through our veins. And I'm just going to be like, oops, you're bad. It just never made sense to me. And I'm not trying to say that I have the answers, but what I am saying is that I don't have the answers, neither do you, and the answers that you give doesn't make sense. And that's the part where you say, oh, we're not supposed to know. There's certain things that we're not to. I don't believe that. I believe that if we lived long enough, we would start getting to know more things. It's just that unfortunately we die at 70 or 80 if we're lucky, so we miss out on those things that we could have known if we lived longer. So that's neither here or there. That's another story. I know I'm going on a tangent, right? But hopefully I'm making sense within this tangent, but that never made sense to me, that certain things won't come to mind. Not saying that I disagree with the Bible. I really believe that if you have the opportunity to be recreated, why would you have, certain thoughts and visions that you're going to carry over with you? So that I'm in agreement with, that certain things won't come to mind, but not because of how they decipher it, how they break that scripture down. It's totally wrong, as is a lot of things that they try to decipher. Doesn't make sense, So there's certain things that won't come to mind, but you being a homosexual will, as eloquently said by Stephen Lett, that when you come back into paradise, and if you are homosexual, you better basically change or you get destroyed. It's like, you're an idiot. You do know that, right? You do know that. Hey, Stephen, you do know that you're an idiot, right? Just change. So you are brought back with the same inclination, whereas God could have just erased that from you. If it was a bad thing, just erase that, right? That, murderous serial killer inclination that you had in the previous life, I'm going to let you keep that. You can hold that into this new world. It's like, why? So I can possibly go into a murderous rage and slaughter some people in this paradise because I didn't fully get rid of this inclination or this demon inside of me? Like, what's going on? What kind of games we playing here? It's the most absurd thing in the world. But certain things won't come to mind. That blood brother of yours or that blood sister of yours that got shunned and disfellowshipped in the previous life, yeah, that person won't come to mind. They angered Jehovah. They left the organization. No need to think about that person anymore. But that other person that hung like 4 black people during slavery, it's like, yeah, we'll bring them back with that thought. We'll bring them back with those memories, because it makes total sense. I want to give them the opportunity, right, to change. We're talking about 1 in 2 people. I just gave an example with. We're talking about like 100 billion people coming back, right? Even if you want to just knock that number down and say 50 billion, that's a lot of people. And that's a lot of problems. And that's a lot of old memories. And that's a lot of baggage, right? So I'm going to keep it there. I'm going to leave it there. As always, you know what I ask you to do. Just think, right? For me, it's easy. For certain people, you got to put in some more work. But just think. You can get the Think t-shirts, the Think apparel, all that. Click the link. There's an email in my description. Email that, and it'll just email it. Say I need stuff. That's it, right? And yeah, I'm off to the studio, and check us out tomorrow. The Back Room. You heard it here first. Collaboration. You know how we do every Saturday, right? As always, you know what it is. It's love.